All right, and we are back. Oh, did I lose all my viewers? Actually, I didn't. Hello to the 15 or so of you that are still here with us. Just getting started here in round 2. Once again, I forget to update my player information. You'd think I'd have this under control by now, but I don't. I'm bad at my job. It's fine. Let me know about it in the comments. Won't ruin my day at all. All right, update that. No, I promise. I promise update. Thank you. All right, we got Reese playing some Yi. Caleb playing some Kaisa. It's going to be a Kaisa night tonight, I guess. We don't normally have that many people in our store play Kaisa. A lot of people like doing off-meta stuff, funky stuff, but we've got a bunch of Kaisa players tonight. Nothing wrong with that. But thank you for those of you joining us here tonight at Riftbound Nexus Nights. Let me get started here in round 2. It would help if it actually said round 2. Updating all my info here as our players get going. Got a Kiana coming down from Reese. Both of these players are 1-0, so they both did win their match in round 1. Coming to you from table 4 here in round 2. All right, looks like my stream is finally set up, so I can start focusing on the action a little bit here as the Poro dives in to score the first point in the game. And let's see what else Caleb does. Pulls the Kaisa down from the champion zone. And passes it back over for Reese's turn 2. So we're going to see a nice Kiana conquer and trigger here. Caleb is basically tapped out. Not a whole lot of interaction he can do about it. Yep, that is the one thing he can do, is try and force the trade here. I see Poro. I see Feyfolk, stun, on guard, defy. So does he defy or does he on guard? Chooses the on guard. And ties us up 1-1. Kiana trigger. Now he has to decide which trigger he wants. Well, it's the same trigger, but which resolution he wants to go with. Chooses the rune. And passes it back over to Caleb. Caleb, all the red runes in the world. Guys are going to move up and conquer. Choose not to pick a fight with a Kiana with 4 available runes. But this is going to conquer and draw that card. Going to tap 5, bury 1. Which means it's Mr. Darius. And let's ready him up for good measure. Cleave. Oof, good lord, that is a big Darius. All right, Darius with double assault coming in. Rune Prison's pretty good. So let's go on back to base. Passes it back over. Kiana's going to ready up and hold that to take him to 2-all. Channel some runes, draw a card. Draws a discipline. So 2 tasty Feyfolk, a discipline, defy still in hand. I think there's a 5th card. I don't remember what it was. Oh. Was it 2 discipline? Yeah, I think it's 2 discipline, 2 tasty Feyfolk, and a defy in hand for Reese. Pretty strong hand. Gonna play out a Feyfolk here, it looks like. Does not have accelerate mana for it. But not the end of the world. Kaisa's gonna ready up and hold that to take it to 3-2 for channeling some runes and drawing a card. Mentioned last round, it's a lot harder to see the blue player's hand just because of the way the lighting is over in our feature match. area, so hard to see what Caleb's cooking with there. I think I can. Oh nope. I could almost see some cards for a second. Yep, forget to ready the Kaisa, but that's all right. Two. Poro. Ravenloom student. Four. Kaisa. And the Darius is going to dive in, activate his assault. Or, I'm sorry, not his assault, but it's the other Darius. But move in and conquer, and then pass back over. All right, so Reese is sitting looking at 4-2, Caleb's favor. Got a ready Tasty Fey Folk, another Tasty Fey Folk in hand. This one he could accelerate if he wanted. But boy, staring down double Kaisa plus Raven Bloom on the other side of the field with a Darius holding the point. Does not feel great. He's going to try and take a quick win here on this Darius. But here comes the Hextech Ray, probably. Yeah, Hextech Ray. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think I agree with that. Absolutely. Discipline, going to draw a card. Save the Tasty Fey Folk. Don't know what we're... I think I'm getting some math in my head confused there. I think my thought there was that the Tasty Fey Folk would survive with the discipline, but I think I missed something in that interaction. But looks like they've got it figured out. I'm sure they did it right. I'm just probably messing up the math. And Ray is 3. You're right. Thank you, Glenn. Yep, Glenville points out Ray is 3. For some reason in my head I had Ray. I was calculating Ray in my head as 2, but you're obviously absolutely right. Kaisa moving up. Caleb jumping into an early lead here. Going to be very hard for Reese to come back at this point, I think. Especially with Caleb with 5-6 cards in hand. And that Tasty Fey Folk's about to see the end of its days. And that's probably where, depending on trigger, whether or not I personally am in scoop territory in Reese's seat. Yeah, in my head there in that interaction, I wasn't thinking about the specific numbers, just the interaction. So I was like, okay, discipline cancels out Hextech Ray, 6-5. Eggplant's favor, but forgot they do not in fact cancel each other out. Reese seeing if he has any kind of line here. I think the answer is probably no. I haven't seen a lot of... I was just about to say, I've seen a lot of Yi action. Not that Yi really depends on his champion at all in this deck, but not ever being able to hold down a point for more than a second to actually leverage that legend ability has made things rough going here. But he's going to go pick a fight with the Kaisa and at least try and ensure Caleb doesn't win this turn. Stupefy, drop some cards. It says sure. 6-3. He's still sitting with a Defiant hand, but oh. Okay. Yep, first mate ready up. Gank over. Yeah, I think he's got to try it. Okay, and no interaction from Caleb. Awesome. Yeah, great play then. I think Caleb's still sitting 4 cards in hand, maybe just 3. I thought certainly he'd still have a little bit of interaction left, but looks like no. So 6-4. Staring down 2 Ravenbloom students, 4 cards in hand from Caleb. Depending on how many of those are spells, those students could start getting big. Kitty cat. That's probably going to be a GG, I would say. Yeah, that Defiant hand, not feeling so good there. Doing some math, seeing, can I save one of these with this one? Kaboom. Yeah, I mean, and now Caleb just, yeah, 3, and do the math. He should have the might here. Caleb should. I think if he just shoves it 1 Ravenbloom plus Thousand Tail into the Yi, and then the Ravenbloom into the other one, we 7-8 win. Unless I'm missing something, because Reese is tapped out. She's 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay. Yep. Looks like they were just talking it out, making sure the math lined up, but I didn't see any way it couldn't. And Caleb is going to take game 1 as we move over to the sideboard. Looks like the player's talking about the game a little bit. Join me in the booth, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. And my red face cam is still frozen, even on this one. It's not even supposed to be turned on, to be honest. Hello? Red face cam. Go away. There we go. Yeah, welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for Riftbound Nexus Nights here on Thursday nights in Impact Gaming Center. My name's Art. I'm casting your games for you tonight and every Thursday night here at 6:15 Central Standard Time, which is when we launch our Nexus Nights on Thursdays. So I slam my hand into the microphone. But see our players get going here with their sideboards. I definitely think Yi gets better in this matchup in the sideboard. Don't know if Reese is playing the Aurora variant of Yi. Didn't see one game 1, but doesn't mean anything. So we'll see if we see one game 2 here. But thank you for coming, everybody. Thanks for joining us. If you've never been to Impact Gaming Center before, you can join us in Fairview Heights, Illinois. Just 15 minutes from downtown St. Louis. If you're from the Midwest, if you're in the Midwest, you're traveling around, you're anywhere near St. Louis, we encourage you to come check us out. Got great prices, got a huge store, got events going every single night. As well, if you like our streaming content, we stream Pokemon on Tuesdays. We stream Modern Magic the Gathering on Fridays. And we always stream our RCQs and 1Ks for Magic the Gathering, well, for all games, as well. And we have one of those this Saturday. I think I'm getting my weekends right, but I believe we have our sealed Avatar RCQ 1K. Bit of a mouthful. This Saturday, starting at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. We won't stream it, but One Piece pre-release is also this weekend. One Piece coming out tomorrow, set 14, OP14. OP14 or PRB or EB03. One of those. Sorry, I don't play One Piece. So I'm forgetting if it's OP14 or the next extra booster set, but irrelevant to the Riftbound content. So looks like our players are just shuffling up now and are getting ready to go, so we can jump back over to them and see what we can get going for game 2 here in round 2. If you are joining us on Twitch and you like Riftbound content, like seeing some paper play, toss us a follow so you always see when we go live with all of our Riftbound content. You can also follow us on YouTube, where our best matches from every week, it's usually 2 of the 3 rounds a week, end up getting put up on YouTube. So you can check them out later. Leave us some comments. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, what champions you might see in the future. We appreciate any engagement and love you can throw us. So if you like what you see, toss us a follow. We hope to see it in future streams. Looks like both boys here are offering up their cuts and gonna get started. Interesting choice here. It depends on the battlefields too, I think, whether or not Yi wants to go first here. Obviously, Kaisa very much wants to go first. But if Reese is playing the ramp Aurora variant of Yi, going second, depending on battlefields, can be very strong. So you can Catalyst Vaeon's turn 1. But probably not going to see that this turn, or this game, excuse me. Gonna draw our hands and mulligan up. Yeah, I think you are probably right, Glenville. Glenville pointed out that he is probably on mid-range because he is running the Kiana and the Tasty Fey Folk. I feel like I did see some old lists of the Aurora lists that still did play 2 Fey Folk, but I could be wrong on that. Maybe it never did, but I thought at one point some of the Chinese lists did run Aurora and Eggplant, but maybe not. I don't think I've ever seen Aurora list with Kiana though, so I think that's a very good observation. Pookie's going to move up and score the first point of the game. Caleb's looking at his 5 runes, deciding what to do here with his Lecturing Yordle sitting in his base. And let's start off with the Hextech Ray. Caleb says, thumbs up, pass priority. Oh, do we defy to save a Pit Rookie? Looks like yes. And I'm just going to follow it up with Hopeful. And move that lecturing Yordle up to tie us up 1-1 for, I'm sure, yep, passing it back over to Reese. He's going to score 1 for holding as soon as he remembers. There it is. And draw a card. Another Defy. Defy replaced itself, no problem. See a Charm in hand. Defy. Ugh. Couldn't see what else was in there. I'm never fast enough to react when they flip their hands over to... My eyes are never fast enough to shift over to see what else is hiding in there. Charm. Don't know what it's targeting. Caleb says, this guy to here? Yes, this guy to here. I think I'm fine with that if I'm Caleb. If I see a green player blow a charm to kill a lecturing Yordle, I'm A-okay with that. But we are back over to Caleb. I'm going to 2-1 in Yee's favor for now. Hopeful. The Noxian is certainly probably going to tie us up, but we'll see what else Caleb can get going here. Think. Don't know what's in Caleb's hand, but must have a few different lines he's thinking over here. Cleave. Throw him at the pit, rookie. Keep getting distracted by Reese's Cowboy Bebop sleeves. Cowboy Bebop, a very, very, very good anime. The safest take you'll hear all day. Primal, retreat. Oh, I think my stream froze. Nope. Kind of snapping back. Sorry. I can't see. Hopefully I'm not missing much. Hopefully it looks like the stream for you guys is unfrozen and my stream preview. Yep, there we go. Now we're back. Looks like all I missed was a pit rookie from Reese's side before we pass back over to Caleb. Let's clear them rookies out of here before getting a little pressure down. Looks like it's a Darius. Triggering himself as the second card of the turn. What does he take? Go the safer route and tie us up 3-3. We're passing it back over to Reese. 4-3 for Holden. Double Tasty Fey Folk Defy in hand. Tasty Fey Folk obviously very strong, but I just don't know that that hand is fast enough to stop the pretty huge tempo advantage that Caleb has at the moment. Didn't see what Reese drew either, but I mean, we got to throw down one of those Fey Folk at this point. Yeah. He shrugs and says, sure. Accelerated Fey Folk. Recycle some energy. Recycle some power, rather. Recycle 4 power. Fey Folk moving up. Hex Tech. Hex Tech. Does get the trigger. Draws into a Poro. It moves to 6. We're almost certainly, well, not almost certainly. We will see a 7-3 here now. Then he's just got to hold one of the, or not. Passes it. Okay. Guess he's just gonna build up for a double conquer win next turn. Stay off the battlefield. Makes sense to me. See a wind wall in hand. Poro, Tasty Fey Folk. May have been a discipline. Can't quite see. I think it was a discipline. Count out his runes here. Yee, readied, jumps up. And passes it back over. Well, Caleb's just got to get a nice double conquer here. And if he has the kitty cat in hand, there's not a lot Reese can do about it. Nope, doesn't look like he does, though. So good thing for Reese. Gonna get it started. With the ping ping. Caleb's saying, show me the wind wall. And Caleb's gonna have to show him the wind wall. And does. Caleb says, let's go to 7. And let's see if I can force us to go to 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No way. He's playing Time Warp. Holy moly. Yeah, you can't counter that. Kaiso with the Time Warp hold win. Oh, man. Time Warp from the top rope. Cool end to that match. GG's to Caleb. Cool win there. I wasn't expecting the Time Warp. But that will get her done. Baiting out the wind wall too. I mean, it's not really a bait because if he didn't wind wall the nuke, he also just loses. He just loses to the double conquer. But baiting out the wind wall so you can win in a way cooler way with Time Warp. Approved. Yeah, GG's to Caleb for winning his second match now. Still running undefeated here in round 2. Quick and short one for you. Oh, sorry. Hate it when rounds end real early. We still got 30 minutes left in the round. So we're going to have some real dead air here. But that's all right. Gives people some time to get up, move around, walk your dog, make some coffee. I don't know. Whatever normal human people do. I am not a normal human person. I am a sickly Victorian child trapped in a modern body. But this has been Art with Impact Gaming Center in Fairview Heights, Illinois, bringing you some Riftbound content. We'll be back here in a little bit, about 30 minutes. What time is it? Maybe earlier, if everybody finishes early. Last round finished about 5 minutes early, which is nice. But it's 8 Central here right now. So I would say at the latest, round 3, the final round, will be getting started about 8:30 Central, so 28 minutes from now. But maybe check back in about 20. We might get it started a little early, depending on how the games are going. But quick match there from Caleb and Reese. Caleb piloting that Kaisa exceptionally well. Reese just struggling to get anything going, but Reese, typically a very strong player, always has a very good record week to week. So GG's to him as well. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in and joining us for some Riftbound Nexus Nights. Whether I see you in the next round or if you're joining us on YouTube, I see you in the next video. Take it easy, stay safe. Don't forget to toss us a follow on whatever platform you're watching us on. Makes a big difference. And I will see you later. Peace.